3, 2, 1. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the video today. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today, what I wanted to go ahead and do is give you guys an update on the Tesla. So this is my 2022 Tesla Model 3 Performance that I took delivery on November, I believe, 17th of 2021. It is a 2022 model. That's what it says on the freaking insurance card, on the title, everything. I had some people telling me that it wasn't a 2022, but it is indeed one. I believe right around in November is when they started to switch them to a 2022. But anyways, I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about what I'm thinking about the car so far right now. You know, I've had it for 3,500 miles. You know, I've had it for 3,500 miles so far, and I wanted to let you guys know what I've been thinking about it so far and how it's been, because I came from a 2018 WRX STI and Subarus. That's all I've had my whole life so far. So this was a pretty big change. Speaking of acceleration, what we're doing right now, let's go ahead and talk about that first. Yeah, so obviously this thing is absolutely ridiculous. And, you know, one of the things that really sucks with, you know, this car in the winter is I thought it was just going to be the range. I thought the range was going to be the only thing that was a downside of this car in the winter, but, you know, that's not actually it. That's not actually the only thing that is a downside in the winter. So one of the things that I've noticed is if the battery is fully cold, or even has like an inch of bars, there's some bars up here that shows how cold the battery is. If it is cold, not only are you going to get less range, and I actually haven't noticed the range that bad, to be honest with you guys. Maybe it's because the battery's so new, but the range has been absolutely fine for me. But my 0 to 60 time on this thing will go from 3 seconds when it's warm out. You know, the first day when I got this car, it was 70 degrees. Oh my God, was this thing insane on that first day. 70 degrees, battery was warm, and I also had on the summer tires. But with the winter tires, okay, and with it being like 20 degrees out, if the battery is not warm, I will warn you, your 0 to 60 is going to be like 6 seconds. It is ridiculous unless you warm the battery up. And even if you warm the battery up, you're still going to be getting like a 3.4 to 4 second 0 to 60 with those winter tires and just the battery. You know, even if the battery's warm, it's still super cold out and it's just not going to be performing at its best. Just be aware about that. That's something that I've noticed in the first 3,500 miles, having this thing in the cold. Sadly, I took delivery of this thing right when winter was starting, so I only got a few days of some nice warm temperatures before it was literally under, you know, it was freezing all the days. So just want you guys to know that, because I actually took somebody for a ride in this car, and I wasn't aware about the battery thing, and it had to be warm, so I took them for a 0 to 60 run, and it was terrible. I was like, oh my God, why is it so slow? It was still fast to them, obviously, but I was like, wow, that is like nothing like how fast I originally, you know, experienced it on that first day when it was 70 degrees. So just be aware of that. That's one thing that I wanted to share about the car, is the acceleration in the cold. It is not as good. So the range and the acceleration in the cold is not as good as it will be in the warm weather. Bam! Bam! Baby, god damn, that is... Oh, it is ridiculous, dude. And to think... Oh, I've got things flying around here. I should have took that box out. But to think that this, you know... And that's another thing. The instant acceleration from like 0 to 40 is kind of similar when the battery is cold, but the 40 to like 100 is where it really lets off in the cold. So that instant acceleration is pretty quick in the cold, but when you're getting up to 50, 60, 70, 80, it really just dips off in the cold, where in the warm weather, it actually kind of kept that torque in the higher speeds a little bit. So just be aware of that as well. So another thing that I want to talk about is how has the money been in terms of, you know, going from gas to electric. So I've put 3,500 miles on this thing so far. Let's see if I can get out here. So yeah, I've put 3,500 miles on this thing so far, and I was getting like 12 to 15 miles per gallon in my Subaru STI that I used to have. And man, I was spending $60, $70 a tank. It was ridiculous. I had to buy 93 octane because it was tuned for that. Now, in terms of supercharging, I've spent about $60 in total so far on this thing in terms of supercharging, guys. $60 with 3,500 miles. You know, I'm sure I've spent like 50 or something when it comes to home charging. I think I estimated it to be like I would have spent about $1,000, I believe, so far on the STI and gas for 3,500 miles with 93 octane, and the gas prices for 93 are almost near $4 here per gallon. So I've literally saved like $900 already in gas with this thing. So that's absolutely just ridiculous to think about. So overall, this thing has been insanely cheap to drive. Just the electric cost has been absolutely insane. I only charge this thing at home with just your standard wall outlet. I don't actually use like a dryer outlet or anything. I just use your standard regular wall outlet. It gets like 6 miles per hour just because I work from home, and I really personally do not have the need yet for a faster charger at home. Just because like I said, I work from home, so I don't need, like, I don't go out all the time, and if I do, you know, Whole Foods and stuff. So right now, the regular outlet at home to charge is way enough for me at the moment. Now, another thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about so far is some mods that I've done to the car. I do have videos up on the channel of all the mods that I've done to the car. I'll link all those down below and stuff. I have done some PPF on the bottom part of the car, like the bottom part of the doors and the side skirts, to protect the car from rock chips over the winter until I wrap it. I've also done some mud flaps and some other things here and there. I've done a screen protector, a matte finish screen protector, and then I did, this is the biggest mod I've done so far, is this steering wheel from Unleash Customs. This thing is awesome, absolutely love it. It retains the heating function, and it just looks awesome and improved the look of the car so freaking much. Absolutely love it. It really is awesome. And I have a whole video of installing this up on the channel. If you guys want to take a look at it, I will link that down below. And then floor mats, you know, some other things here and there. I'll link all those mods down below, but definitely my favorite mod so far has been this steering wheel. I can't wait for spring. I'm going to be wrapping the car. I already have side skirts. I already have front lip, diffuser, the whole thing figured out already. I am just so excited. Now, the only thing is I'm not sure what color I want to wrap the car. It's either between this satin, like chrome gold, awesome metallic color that shifts between like an orange and a gold. That looks amazing. Or it's between this like shifting color, and I'm not sure which one I want to do. So I don't know. I've done plenty of color shifts in the past. So I'm kind of wanting to go towards the satin gold finish wrap, but I don't know. I don't know if that could get too boring too quickly, because I'm so used to like insane color shifts that if I go a more basic color, am I gonna get bored of it so quick and want to change it? I don't know. You know, it might be safer to just go the crazy route and do that insane color shift. But right now, I really don't know which color I want to go with. But either way, I'm going to be going with a wrap really soon here. Now, in terms of some problems that I have had with the Tesla so far, there's really only one of them that I can think of right off the bat. The number one problem that I had with the car is the trunk. The trunk, basically, when I got the car, it was fine. But after a few weeks, I started to notice on the left side of the bottom of the trunk where it makes contact, it shouldn't make contact with the bumper, it was actually rubbing on the bumper. The trunk was rubbing on the bumper. So I had to actually take those little grommets or whatever on the trunk and the and on the rear tail lights. There's these little grommets and stuff that you can adjust. I actually had to adjust those to make sure the fitment was correct so that the trunk was not continuing to rub on the bumper. So that was one of the biggest problems that I've had with the car so far. I haven't had the car break down. I haven't had really any issues with it or anything like that. I haven't had to replace any filters or do anything really so far. You know, I really have not had many issues with it. I did have a autopilot issue, and I'm still having the issue. I don't know if it's because they removed, I think they removed the radar sensor. But basically, if I use the car at night and I use autopilot, there's a lot of phantom braking, I think it's called, where the car will basically brake out of nowhere. It's really freaking weird. So that's something that I've noticed. The car will literally brake out of nowhere when I'm using autopilot at night. That is one thing that I have noticed that's really annoying. And it also tells me all the time that, like, my cameras are blocked. It's like this pillar camera is blocked all the time at night, but I know they're not blocked. That's some sort of a glitch. So autopilot has definitely had a lot of issues at night. So that's something to be aware of. There's a lot of autopilot issues at night. It could just be my model because the radar is taken out. I don't know, but nevertheless, I want to tell you guys the issues, and autopilot has not been the best at night at all. Sometimes I just don't even use it at night, and I just use it in the day only. Now, something that has been absolutely amazing with this car is just being able to preheat the car in the winter. Without a doubt, this is like the best car to have in the winter in terms of I can just go in my app, set it to 75 degrees, turn on the steering wheel heater, turn on the seat heater. It is amazing. Like I just, it would be difficult to go back to any other car during the winter. You know, I could see possibly going back to something else in the summer, but in terms of the winter and just, man, it is just so incredibly nice. And not only does it preheat for you on your phone, I know a lot of other cars do that too, some of the newer, nicer ones, but the thing that's really nice about this is within 2 minutes, if it's -10 degrees out, within 2 minutes, the car is up to 75 degrees inside. It is so freaking nice. It's ridiculous, and I just don't know if I'd ever be able to go back. It is so freaking nice. So not only is the car kind of really bad for the range in the winter, it's also really good for everything else in the winter. But like I said, I haven't really noticed any issues with range in the winter. I really have not, to be honest with you. This car, honestly, has been pretty decent for me right now in the winter. It could be because the battery's so new, but I'm not sure. I was gonna wash the car at home today, but it's just a little bit too cold. I prefer it to be at least 40 to wash the car at home, but it's about 30 right now, so I decided to bring it here to give it a little rinse. I am beyond excited for the future of this car. Without a doubt, I am beyond excited for the future of the car. Like I said, I'm planning on doing the wrap. I've already got the new summer wheels in, got to get those mounted, got to get those balanced and ready. You know, I'm probably not going to put them on until like March, obviously. But I am really excited nevertheless to, you know, start to make this car my own. Give it a wrap, give it the wheels, give it the side skirts. My goal with this car was to make it the best looking Tesla that I've ever seen. Not many people mod Teslas, and that's where I found kind of, you know, like, that's why I was interested in this car. It's such a popular car right now, but nobody really mods them and makes them cool. Like, everybody and their mom mods a Subaru WRX STI, and that's a car that I had before this. So it wasn't that impressive that I had my STI modded, because a lot of people do it, but I think it's going to be that much cooler also to have a modded Tesla. I think that's going to be insane to have it looking just absolutely amazing. So if you guys could go ahead and leave a comment down below, do you think I should wrap the car this color, or should I wrap it this color? Let me know what you think. You know, I really don't know. I really don't know which one I should do, but I'm kind of between those two at the moment. But definitely let me know, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're wondering the new summer wheels that I got for the car, I'll put up an image here just so you can help think what wrap might go better with the wheels as well. I also want another opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Do you guys think you know, obviously a wing and a Tesla is a little ridiculous, but I saw this one that I honestly don't mind the look of, and I want your thoughts on it, ladies and gentlemen. I really want your thoughts on it. Do I go super simple with just a rear, like, lip, a rear trunk spoiler, something simple like this? Or do I go big and make this thing look super unique and do this small wing that I found? Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm really not sure. You know, obviously a Tesla in a wing is kind of dumb. Also, but an STI in a wing is kind of dumb too. This car makes double the power of my STI, okay? So I don't think a wing would be that dumb on it, because that was a whole bunch of things that people were like, oh, the STI doesn't make that much power. Why does it have this massive wing? You know, well, this thing makes double the power of an STI, so why would it be weird if this thing had a little wing on it, you know? So let me know what you guys think about that down below. Let me know which wrap I should go with. Let me know if I should go crazy with that wing. Definitely let me know down below, ladies and gentlemen. But I think that's gonna wrap it up. I don't really have any more like issues or complaints or things to point out with the Tesla so far with 3,500 miles. It's been amazing, and I absolutely love it so far, especially for a winter car and a daily and a trip car. I mean, right now you couldn't really have anything better. I mean, it's just been absolutely amazing. So one other question that I've gotten a lot, ladies and gentlemen, is do you miss the WRX STI, or the car that I used to have, which was a WRX STI? I'll put up a photo right now. I had that car for 2 years. I didn't really do many engine mods, you know, just a cold air intake and stuff like that. You know, mostly exterior modifications, wrap, fender flares, you know, stuff like that. But do I miss the STI? Obviously, who would not miss it, okay? You know, I obviously definitely miss the sound and the looks. You know, I think once this thing looks insane as well, you know, I won't miss the STI as much. You know, it's kind of hard because right now this thing is totally stock. You know, the Model 3 looks awesome, but it needs help. Guys, this car needs help, all right? It looks awesome how it comes as like a new car, and you know, as a car on the road, the Model 3 performance definitely sticks out a little bit, you know, compared to every other car, like, you know, the car in front of me. But this car has the opportunity and the potential to look good, in my opinion. It's got the wide fenders, it's got the wide arches on the rear quarter panel. It needs a wheel that lines up with the fenders. It needs a wide wheel that lines up with the fenders. It needs a little bit of obviously a better color. It needs some side skirts, it needs a rear diffuser, it needs a front lip. It needs some things to help it out. And it needs a few suspension things to fix it up a little bit as well, because this car comes so high stock. It is ridiculous. The STI was literally perfect stock to the point where I did not need to mod it at all, and it still looked great. So, yes, I miss the sound of the STI. Definitely. I definitely do. And I definitely miss the looks. But for the power that this thing has, and the drivability, and the daily ability, and the tripability of this. I don't even know if that's a word, but I absolutely love the Tesla. I definitely miss the STI without a doubt, but I think when this thing looks amazing and I make it look how I want it to look, I think it will fill that hole, you know, that I miss with the STI. But I don't think anything will ever take away that inner car person that I have for the sound that the STI had. You know, I think without a doubt, sometime in the future of my life, when I have the opportunity to have 2 cars, you know, I think as a weekend fun car, I will have another internal combustion car as a fun weekend car again in my life. I definitely think so. But as a daily, as a trip car, as a adventure car, this thing, I don't know if anything will beat it. It is just absolutely amazing. But like I said, in the future, as a weekend car, something fun, you can't beat a 6-speed manual. Just, oh, it's so much fun. A lot of people don't understand that, but you know, nothing will beat a fun car like that. So that's what I'm thinking right now in terms of, do I miss the STI? How do I feel about the Tesla? That's my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I will catch you guys in the next Tesla video or G Fuel video. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.